Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Minecraft video. Just wanted to give you guys kind of a little tour of my server. So I'm waking up in this is a friend's house. There's 3 people primarily that work on our server. Myself, my brother, and a friend of ours who goes by the name Godzuki. So here is his little house. We have our nice little bed and everything. Little deck out here. So we're gonna go ahead and go on down and check it out. Pretty much, nice little basic house. The big difference, of course, is that it floats. I'm sure this isn't really that uncommon, but it's kind of neat. Like his simplistic builds, they're quite nice. So of course we just get down by jumping off, which is always just fun times. So yeah, that's a little first the first little thing on our tour here. We have all of our nice little integrated walkways in our little town, which took forever to build. So we're gonna go ahead and walk this way, and you'll see coming up is kind of a work in progress. We like to do all of this legitimately. We don't like to use mods or go into creative mode and gather things. We just like to really, gather all of the stuff manually. I think it makes it a little bit more legit. So first we're coming to my house, which is my, nice little sort of a diabolical lair. Lots of fire. I get cold and lonely at night, so I need the fire to keep me company. So basically here we are. This is my little bedroom, locked away from the rest of the world. Oh, looks like there is a creeper in my house. Well, that is unfortunate. Looks like I might have to deal with that. Guess there wasn't enough lighting in my house. Huh. I like it nice and dim. Apparently that was just too much. So, Mr. Creeper's gonna have to die here. So we're gonna try to kill him without breaking my house. Oh yeah, that could not have gone better. Glad I was recording that when when I actually killed him the first time. Generally, I would have blown a giant hole in my house and then cried. So I have a nice fireplace once again. Lonely and cold at night. It's very hard being diabolical and evil and living underground in a cave. So lots of fire, very important. We have a nice little kitchen with a very scholarly gentleman on the wall. I'm not really sure who he is, but he's very scholarly. And you can see he has a cane. I like to think this thing right here is his hat. He's kind of holding it, standing on a platform. I'm not really sure that's what it is, but that's my thought. So we have a nice little trash bin. Very important to keep that covered. I've died a lot in the lava. So I like suspended chests also. I think those look nice. We have our table and chairs. Very cool. And of course I have this large area here, and I don't really know what to do with it, so if anyone has any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. That'd be nice. So we have the basement here, which has not been carved out. This is probably where most of our creepy crawlies are showing up from. Typically it's just too dark. And there's a door down there that leads to my mine shaft and nether portal, which, I like to keep that away from the house because it's quite loud. No one wants to listen to that all day. One thing I have figured out is this fire and all the lava has a really good habit of keeping all of the critters out. They tend to burn to death in the lava before they get to my house, which is quite nice. It looks like I am running low on, well, not quite low on my hunger, but we'll see. We're going to have a sea lab eventually, however, we are not finished with that. As some people probably know, digging down into this ground is rather tedious, so it takes a long time. We used to have a farm over there, if you saw the sign back there. We used to have a farm, but it got blown up by a couple creepers, and we decided that we had other things, so we didn't want to bother with it. So next we're heading to my, mostly the idea of my brother. My brother and I built this. It's our tree village. It's actually just a bunch of tree houses, basically, integrated into, with bridges and things like that, and we quite like it. It's our pride and joy up here on top of the hill. Quite a long path to get to it, kind of weaving in and out of things, but, you know, it's nice. This is a mine. We have mines everywhere in this game, because we don't like to walk very far to get minerals and things, and this particular map is riddled with caves, a lot more so than what I have normally noticed. I have not mined a single, tunnel yet on this game that has not resulted in a cave, and I think we have about 10 or 15 mines here and there. So we have our nice little study. At some point an enchanting table is going to go in here, but we didn't have enough materials for this particular house to get an enchanting table, so we don't have any of that here. Nice little bedroom up top, nice view all around, our little treetop abode. So we're going to go ahead and climb to the top of this tree, and we will see, our nice little treetop village. Oh yes, and you can see Godzuki's house from here, which is kind of cool. But we take a walk along the boardwalk. We've got lots of glowstone lamp posts and things. So down here is our little farm. We've got our wheat growing all nicely, and we have some animals. We don't keep a lot of animals because we don't really have that much issue with that kind of thing. One thing we haven't found a lot of, at least recently, is pigs. This map, for some reason, I have no idea where the pigs are. We have looked long and hard. I think we might have, right after the patch came out that quit spawning in animals, I think we've killed off all of the pigs in the area, so we don't have any. So this is another one of the little houses in the treetop village. They all have wonderful views. As you can see, we have a giant tree over there. We have not finished it yet. That's going to be another very large, luxurious treetop house in our village. That tree that's the only tree that was not naturally grown, so to speak. All of the others, we actually grew a tree and then put a house on top of it. But that tree was, my brother actually hand built that tree up from the ground. It took a lot of time, basically a lot of wood, chopping down and farming trees for a very long period of time. This is probably my favorite. Just got this massive window, has a nice little overlook of all of our land. We have a nice decorations in the houses. They're quite nice. They're cozy. They're not luxurious and lavish, but they work. They do the job. And this is our walkway leading over to the very large tree over there, which is always good. Yeah, as you can see, we have a ton of pork chops at the moment, but I think we pretty much killed off all the pigs that are close by. And we weren't smart enough to save any, so the next time we need pigs, we're going to have to really work for it, I guess, and go out and find some so we can actually keep them around and breed them. Haven't really had a need for it though, because we have plenty of steak. Just, kill cows when we need them, things of that nature. But so this is our treetop villa. I have just one more thing to show you guys. Very weird southern accent there for a minute. Of course I'm going to take the shortcut, because heck with this. So if we come down here, it looks like it's almost turning nighttime, so that'll be nice. We'll come up on this at night. That'll be even better. We have another mine over there. This is more of an open mine. Put the glass in to see. But as you can see, a creeper blew up this part, and I didn't have any glass with me, so I threw in some cobblestone just so we didn't have stuff falling in. So we have our nice little bridge going over here. And of course more tunnels. Really like to cut these out and make it, you know, kind of a nice path between all of our little villages. This is coming up on a nice house, you know, the product of, you know, planning and just mining a ridiculous amount of iron. This house is made out of iron blocks, but it's nice and ultra-modern looking, as you can see. Very nice. I'll have to dispatch of some of these spiders here, because I don't know how to deal with them. There we go. Bastard. Oh yeah, creeper hole. Right there. Yeah, that was a creeper. That's generally what happens to me when I try to fight things off. But here we have our nice little, you know, modern house. I like to call it, looks kind of ultra-modern to me. It's very nice. We have our nice little accent wall. We had a ton of lapis just hanging around. On this server we just have a ridiculous amount of lapis lazuli and redstone. Back in my evil lair, there is just an insane amount of redstone. So this is where kind of all of our nether materials went, you know, putting together all of our brew stands and enchanting tables here at this house. So we didn't really have any time for the other. But if we come up here, we have our nice little bedroom and we have a little bathroom. I'm probably going to make this into an automatic shower and of course maybe get a toilet eventually. But for now, this is kind of what we've got going on this server. So, if you guys have any suggestions for stuff you'd like to see built, I'm kind of planning on, you know, starting up maybe some build videos on this server to build some stuff. And, you know, maybe, you know, if you have any suggestions for what should go in any of the places that, you know, you saw that has some extra room or whatever, you know, let me know. Comments section below. And, I will talk to you guys later.